welcome to today's edition of Corporate Gone Country. We have some riveting content for you today as two suburbanites, myself and my brother-in-law, try to do some land maintenance. Remember, I'm just an ex-corporate guy trying to do country things, and sometimes I even get them right. So let's go out to the country and let's deal with some treetops. And today, we're going to do the country thing of cleaning up an area of wood that's been left over from a timber operation. We're going to be transporting it to a place that's safe to burn it, and then we're just going to go ahead and burn it. So we're removing these leftover branches just so we can walk around here easier, so we can mow easier, and make it easier for our friends and family to walk from the house that's on the top of the hill over to the pond that we have just on the other side of that levee there. There's a natural spring underneath the ground here that is charged by the hill that the house sits on. And so we get a lot of water coming out of the ground down here, and it's hard enough to mow down here in the summertime, even when we've had dry weather, because of the groundwater that comes out and makes everything so soggy. So the combination of the soggy ground and the tree limbs that are here make it hard to get around in this area and actually make it look nice. So there he goes with a load that we're going to bring up top. I'm going to take the Polaris here and see if I can take some of these longer logs and just lay them over the back and run them up the hill. We had about 60 semi-truck loads of timber leave our property. We harvested it about 8 months ago. And when you have timber harvested by a third party, they really just take away the tree trunks, and they don't remove the excess branches and that type of thing. So we have a whole lot of the property here where we still have to do some of this cleanup. Okay, so we loaded up the tractor, front end loader. And we also got a load on the Polaris there. We'll go ahead and take that up and put it in the burn pile. Now we could have left these logs and branches down here because this area is kind of moist. And it's probably okay to burn it down here, but we're going to take it up the hill and deposit it in an area where we've had other fires and we know that we can do it safely there. So we made it a little bit more labor intensive than it needs to be, but we're going to go ahead and do that for safety and comfort reasons. So here's a pile of stuff we brought from down below. So we'll burn that when the weather becomes a little bit more favorable to do it. Well, I just looked at the forecast and there's a 60% chance of rain tonight. So we're going to go ahead and start burning that pile of wood that we collected today. Okay, we've started our burning. It's sundown, so we'll be doing a lot of this in the dark. But as I said, rain's coming tonight, so it'll get the wood wet and it'll keep the fire down. Okay, the fire's not going very well. We used some little fire starters to get it going, but we're going to give it a shot with the air blower, the cordless air blower, and see what that does. Okay, that got it going better. Get some air in there, watch it go. Well, it got pretty windy and rainy last night and this morning, and we were able to burn about half our pile that we collected. But we'll try and make a little bit more dent in that pile today as we just continue to burn it off. Well, we noticed a big limb hanging down from a tree. It got snapped off in the windstorm. And so we need to remove it from the tree, and we'll add it to the pile. My brother-in-law is going to try and throw a chain over it, and we'll see how that goes. Well, that was a second attempt, and it wasn't successful, so he'll keep trying. Third attempt incoming, and whoop! Looks like we're going on to number 4. See if you can get a stick and just push that hook. Yeah. Does this look like a couple of country boys doing this, or just a couple of green suburbanites trying to get a limb out of the tree? I think it's the latter. Got it. Well, it's not being very cooperative. I'm shocked that it's not being pulled out of the tree. So we'll have to readjust. After adjusting the chain, we're ready to try again. Well, this is a perfect video for Corporate Gone Country, because just a corporate guy trying to get a limb out of a tree, a country person would have, whoa, there it goes. A country person would have probably had it out in about 30 seconds. But here we are, job done. So here's the balance of what is remaining from last night. It's been a rainstorm today, so this wood's probably wet, but we're gonna give it a try anyway to see if we can dispose of it. So it's about a little after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Should make for a good evening of sitting around and talking about nothing. Well, I know you can't see it very well because it's night, but we managed to get a real nice fire going with this wet wood, and we're just continuing to feed it. We could have put the whole pile on the fire and just lit it and made a big old bonfire, but we decided to scale back a little bit and just keep feeding this fire. I hate to keep showing piles of wood, but it's been a couple weeks since we cleared the brush from the bottom of the hill and brought it up here, but we had a windstorm and we had to add to the pile. Here's what I'm talking about. These limbs fell down out of this tree here, and we got a big chili cook-off coming up a week from now, so I've got a little bit more clearing to do to try and make the place look better. To say that we have more work, as it turns out, is an understatement. Yeah, we picked up the little limbs around the house. However, that just turned out to be the tip of the iceberg. The day before we were expecting 40 people or so to come to a chili cook-off, we discovered about 12 enormous pines and hardwoods that had fallen over in a windstorm 2 nights before. So the good news is I have a lot of future content out there as I try to get rid of those fallen trees. The bad news is I don't have the expertise or the equipment to do it, so that'll be a country thing for sure, and I feel that I'm really out of my league there. Well, thank you for watching today's episode of Corporate Gone Country. I'm an ex-corporate guy just trying to do country things. We very much appreciate your viewership. We hope that you'll like and subscribe. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the future.